Go live, Jacob. Greetings, fellow armchair Imagineers. Ladies and gentlemen, as we find ourselves on the cusp of Disney's big venture into the world of streaming, even courting a war in the process, we thought it'd be nice to stay up to date on the ever-growing catalog and rule on what's a must or a bust on Disney Plus. All right, we got Dragon and Jacob joining us tonight. How you gentlemen doing this fine evening?
Very Disneyfied, yes.
All right, so tonight we are going to be going through Mandalorian episode 6, Imagineering Story episode 6, the finale, ruled according to Jeff Goldblum, the gaming episode, along with the latest Forky Asks a Question, the latest One Day at Disney, and what do we have here? Surprise, the newest Pixar SparkShort, Wind. All that coming up, but gentlemen, besides all that, anything else you've been watching on Disney Plus this week?
Well, the main two things I've been watching, I got the first few episodes of The Simpsons in a while, and then we get to episode, what was it? And then, like, Dooku captured in Clone Wars.
Okay. Yeah, Clone Wars is definitely something I've been meaning to watch for a while now.
Yes, I've finished Gargoyles. Still been very blown away by it. I tell you though, it's killing me with Disney Plus right now is the way they're chopping up their episodes. Because again, I'm thinking about what I'm going to do next. I looked at Spider-Man, the animated series in the '90s, and everything is crammed into one season. That's ridiculous. That's a 5-season series, and they crammed it all into one season. The dumbest thing I've ever seen.
I think it's just considered like one season.
Oh, come on. They're at the very, even if you want to go by that, like they have like a different arc name for each major arc, which at least breaks down to, if not 4, then at least 5.
So I think actually like technically, yeah, it's just considered like one season. Like, yeah, like look, it's number. Well, maybe it. Well, I guess it is 5 seasons. It is kind of weird.
Yeah. Anyway, so Gargoyles boils down to 3 seasons. One thing I'll say about Gargoyles, I loved it all. However, season 2, which it was actually 3 seasons, so they're on the money with this. But season 2, as per animation back then, to get the syndication numbers, you had a 13-episode first season to test things out. And then you had a 52-episode second season, which happened to Batman Beyond. They had the same exact kind of deal, 13, 52, 13.
And then a non-canon third season.
Well, let's not get into that. My point is, Gargoyles, though, I'll say this about it, though. There's an arc in Gargoyles. It's a good arc, but it goes on way too long, where basically we take Goliath, kind of our hero, Goliath and Elise out of the equation. They're basically kind of wandering the world until they get back to New York. And it's good stories, man, but I'll tell you, it goes on forever. It's like, it takes forever. I want my Xanatos, man. I want my freaking Xanatos.
Oh, jeez.
God. Anyway, point
being.
Wow,
you were so high. I mean, I know you're still high on the show, but wow, a little chink in the armor there, buddy.
No, seriously, though, it's good stuff. It goes on for roughly. If I take out like the beginning of the season, it's at least 20 episodes. There.
Oh God, that's like a Dragon Ball arc, right?
That's what I'm saying, and it's just like basically they're wandering around. They have like misadventures, like one-off episodes until they get back to New York. It's like this is good stuff, but I want them back in New York already.
All right.
Anyway, so there's that, and I watched Expanding the Universe, which basically I should have started with because I saw like one Marvel documentary. It seems it was something I already saw when I actually meant to watch this, where basically it was a little bit more cinematic version of Kevin Feige's big addressment and announcement of the Marvel series at the Comic-Con, or at D23, I should say. Mm-hmm. And the big takeaway for me was they showed the footage that you heard talked about for Falcon Winter Soldier. So I got to see.
Okay, nice.
Basically, I got to see the one clip of Baron Zemo wearing the mask. Oh my God, he wore the mask. He wore the mask. He wore the purple mask, and I'm blown away. and I got to see some concept art, so I got a sense of what they look like now. Fully got to see a little bit of Falcon in his costume. My God, it's pretty spectacular.
The first villain to actually succeed in his goal in the movies.
Yep. So the point is, I'm coasting even higher on Falcon Winter Soldier than I already was, which I didn't think was possible. But anyway, okay, let's get back. Let's talk about some real stuff to talk.
Well, hold on. We got some folks in the comments here.
Yes.
First of all, I want to shout out Inhuman Quake. Hey. Claude Karinga, nice to see you again, Claude. Always a pleasure. He says the Aladdin remake is coming on January 8th, 2020 to Disney Plus, and the Lion King remake is coming on January 28th. Now, the interesting thing about that is that I can't see myself rewatching either of those films, but there are particular sequences in both of those films that are kind of just like, I'll throw on the opening of The Lion King, or I'll throw on, Friend Like Me from Aladdin. Just, I don't know. I could see the value in having those movies on there, at least from a completionist point of view.
Inhuman Quake says, "What If looks amazing." I should mention this on the Expanded Universe thing. They actually did show you a little bit of footage from like what the animation is going to look like in What If, and I got to tell you, it's interesting. I got to see more of it though, because it basically looks exactly like the images. Remember the image of Peggy Carter with the as Captain America that you saw, Tiki?
Yeah.
It's basically that is the animation stuff, but it's basically that poster, that concept are put into motion, which I don't know how that's gonna. I don't know if that's gonna be able to maintain itself. I mean, I'm in love with What If, obviously, so we'll see what happens there. I just want to see how the animation is gonna play in kind of a stabilized kind of format. I don't know.
And it looks like they're trying to do like a 2D kind of like Spider-Verse thing.
That's the thing, which I've seen could go either way. Optimistically goes the Spider-Verse route. The worst case scenario goes the that crappy Star Wars show route. Not Clone Wars, which is great, but the not the Resistance one here, but like the new spin-off, like some it's something the Resistance, but it's not the one. It's not Rebels. Okay, I'm thinking Rebels is the good one. Resistance is like that new what?
You mean Star Wars Resistance?
Yeah, that one has like the really weird looking animation style. Has like kind of that weird 3D looking. Anyway.
Any thoughts on the Fantastic Four World's Greatest Hero show?
Oh yeah. Well, I've seen that one. I've seen that one before. I like that show. I guess at some point I'm going to rewatch that one because I was never able to finish it. I watched a number of episodes from it because I like it. It was done by the guys. It was done by Toon Scoop. I believe they or Moon Scoop. I should say that. Point being, I think those guys, they did the Totally Spies show, which I did like. So I don't know. I keep meaning to go back to it. It's I watched a few episodes from it while I was there. So
all right.
I want to see some Blue Sky stuff added to Disney Plus.
Oh, that would be. Yeah, that's
more specifically though, like Horton Hears a Who and Peanuts movie.
Oh, please, Peanuts movie. If we got Peanuts movie on there, that'd be a get. I love the Peanuts movie.
I don't think they're ever going to let that happen because of Apple. I believe Apple is they're ones coasting off the new Peanuts show right now. So,
well, it's Fox produced the movies. I don't think it would be an issue.
Yeah, well, okay, we'll see.
All right, so Jacob, I'm literally going to time myself here, but I want to wax about the Simpsons for a minute. So, are you just going through season 1 or what?
Well, I've only gone to Homer's Odyssey.
Oh man, okay. So, what do you think about how rough and choppy season 1 is?
Yeah, like pretty much everything's rough about it. I kind of like the animation style. Like it's not as stiff, but it's like still recognizable in a way. I mean, the stiffness kind of helps in later seasons, and I like they're kind of like definitely different kind of styles. I mean, even the voices sound a lot different than how they.
Oh yeah, the voices are way different. Yeah,
like they're the same actors, but like they sound different. Like
let's
the very next
some frosted chocolate milkshakes.
Yeah, they sound like very different, even like the next season. So it's kind of weird. Like,
well, Jacob, if you stick with it, I think season 1 is kind of fascinating in its rough around the edges quality. It's not great. Like, it's not greatly written or anything, but if you stick with it, Jacob, I think that season 2 and beyond, you're going to have a lot of fun on your hands. And time. Dragon, were you timing me? That was exactly 1 minute.
Yep. All right.
All right. Okay.
I'm going to try and watch as many episodes past the golden era as I can, too.
Well, that's the immortal words of the villain from Big Hero 6, to paraphrase him. Well, that's your mistake.
who said it was a mistake. There's a lot of, mind you, there's plenty of stinkers in the golden era and a lot of great episodes later on.
Yeah, fair enough. All right. Any of you excited for Lizzie McGuire's return?
I mean, actually, I used to watch the show with my sister when I was younger, so I.
Oh, nice. Honestly, same here.
I too, well, not the sister thing, but I too did watch Lizzie McGuire back in the day. Not regularly, but when it would come out, like, oh yeah, Lizzie McGuire show. She has like the little cartoon in her head. Oh, what do you know?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say it was like a regular thing, but we did. We maybe not necessarily actually together, but we both did watch it.
Uh-huh.
So it'd be kind of interesting to see how things go from here.
I do love they're bringing Gordo back. That does amuse me. Like, hey, Gordo.
All right. Apparently the Ice Age shorts are on Disney Plus. Viacom owns Garfield, and Disney Plus has the live action movies. That's a good point. Imagine Bob's Burgers or Family Guy. Well, Family Guy's never going to happen.
That should never happen. Unless still either way, it shouldn't happen.
I mean, I can see Bob's Burgers to an extent.
I could see Bob's Burgers.
Yeah, sure.
Bob's Burgers is very awesome.
I mean, Bob's Burgers barely goes beyond like what The Simpsons does.
Mm-hmm.
So I can definitely see that.
Honestly, and then we'll move on. What I really want is Futurama.
Oh,
Futurama
would be a get.
I would support. That one I would support more than any of the other stuff. Honestly,
yeah.
That's one of the things I've been hoping for.
Uh-huh.
I think it's currently all on Hulu right now, so I think that's probably why it's not.
Yeah, Hulu is the big complication. Yeah.
Oh, so it's on Hulu now. Because remember, it was on Netflix for a time, so it's on Hulu.
It was on Netflix. Yeah. These darn streaming services. Anyways, guys.
Anyway.
Okay, it's time to get to Mando.
Speaking of Mando, speaking of something similar, something that rhymes, I got to Hondo. Clone Wars.
Oh, nice. You did get to Hondo. Awesome.
Yep, they just when he first appeared in Dooku Captured.
Oh my god. Oh. I have a feeling that Beck from Rise of the Resistance is going to usurp Hondo as my favorite, on-ride character. But, oh man, I still love Hondo. Anyway, so Mando. I would say this episode is pretty damn solid. It's not my favorite episode, but it's definitely a big step up from last week. I think last week pretty much everyone could agree was almost I don't want to say it was a shit the bed moment, but man, it wasn't great.
Well, I'd like to. Anyway.
You're in the minority, Dragon.
Well, apparently.
The last few episodes have been standalone. I'm 4, 5, and 6 have pretty much been standalone.
Uh-huh.
But I think definitely 4 and 6 are. I mean, don't get me wrong, I did like 5 too, but 4 and 6 are definitely the best of the bunch. And if you're separating threes, the things of 3 so far, I think 4 and 6 are the best ones of that arc so far.
Oh yeah, I would definitely agree. But honestly, I think this one is probably the best of the arc.
This might be my new favorite, honestly. I really
I mean, I can respect that. I
just find it kind of funny that pretty much everyone's least favorite episode was the one that Filoni did.
Well, I mean, keep in mind, Filoni also did the pilot, and people love that. So
I know. I'm just saying that's one thing that I find funny.
So I actually had some skin in this one. I know about the writer who did this one, Christopher Yost. I have a huge connection to Christopher Yost because he's
like one of the consultants for this show.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Huh. Well, Chris Yost, I know him. He's half the reason I'm a huge Deadpool fan. He and Craig Kyle, of course. Many people know they believe they also did the screenplay, if not did a lot of story work on Thor Ragnarok. They did Thor the Dark World. They did a little bit on that. They did
Heroes.
Earth's Mightiest Heroes. Point being, they have a huge animation bona fide. Two big ones for me being Hulk Versus, which of course made me the Deadpool fan I am today, as well as Hulk Versus Wolverine, and they're huge Thor fans, which kind of brings in Hulk versus Thor, which eventually leads to the other two Thor movies. The point being, these guys They're great, and also did Wolverine and the X-Men, which is on Disney Plus. And again, I'd recommend to everybody. Definitely, everyone's going to leap towards the '90s X-Men show. I say, folks, make that your second priority. Go to the under-supported one. Go to Wolverine and the X-Men. Or if you want to be really bold, go to X-Men Evolution. The thing that gets us Wolverine and the X-Men. Technically, it puts these two guys together, gives us X-23. It's all relative. Pointing at Chris Yost, I got a lot of love for the man, and I think he did an outstanding job writing this episode.
All right. Of course, I think the big thing that this episode is going for is kind of like a Dirty Dozen sort of scenario.
It's kind of like an interesting. It's almost like a Prison Break heist kind of thing.
Yeah, it's very much kind of a great caper heist episode for sure.
A great escape.
Yeah,
kind of.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that Bill Burr is like fucking by far the best guest star that we've had so far.
Oh yeah, and I love that he's basically the most self-aware you're going to get to any of the characters we've had so far. He says, "I wasn't a stormtrooper."
Have you spoken?
Okay, short second. That guy was also really great too.
Who? Oh yeah, that guy was good too. Yeah, don't get me wrong.
He's the best. Have you spoken?
Honestly, I would probably give the edge to Burr.
I mean, look, I'm obviously we have skin in the game on Bill Burr too. So
of course. But what I'm saying about Burr, I think what puts Burr over the top is that I think that Burr's character worked so well, not just as like a good vehicle for Burr, but just a good way to get him into the show in an organic way that played to his strengths while still making it his character feel genuinely Star Wars.
Absolutely.
So that's what I think worked so well about it, is that they were able to get a level of caliber like Burr and and make him work so well. And I think honestly a good counterexample to that is oh shoot, I always forget her name. Remind me, the actress from episode 5.
Oh, you mean Amy Sedaris?
Yes, Sedaris. Amy Sedaris was someone to me who really stuck out like a sore thumb. Like, hey, look, I'm a comedian. I'm going to do silly comedian things. And Bill Burr just totally fit right in. Like, he fit in like a glove. Like, I honestly wish Bill Burr could be like a regular Star Wars player.
So here, I think episode 6 is really fun on all cylinders in many ways. In that one, we have just kind of a fun episode. Okay, it's kind of a caper, it's a heist. As we say, it's a prison. It's a great escape in terms of a prison setting. It's a breakout. We have that going for it. It's also a really good character building one for.
Is it a coincidence that a breakout episode happened within the same week that Rise of the Resistance opened?
Well, remember, we actually know.
Just saying.
Remember, there's another thing we're going to get to here that has a huge tie into Rise of Resistance, so I wouldn't put it past him, honestly. But
right.
My point is, I love that this episode it has just kind of like the cool factor. You have a lot of really well placed, really well thought out Star Wars references. Aren't just there for the sake of Star Wars, right? But no, like really great deep cuts that actually is like, oh, if you know that, it's like we have the Devil guy from essentially the same race as like the Devil guy from the Cantina.
Yes. Oh my god, I love that. That's
like the
awesome.
first shot, like the first face you see of the Cantina, practically. It's like, oh my god, it's Devil guy. And it's not only that, it's Clancy Brown. It's Clancy freaking Brown from all the famous prison movies.
Oh, it's so good. It's so good. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to undersell Clancy Brown, of course, because you're right. He kicked ass as well.
When I saw him, it's like, that can't be. It's guy with. I know that voice, man. I know Clancy Brown. I say he has a show on, right? And he's been on this thing called Emergence. That's how I've been seeing him on the regular. But
I knew it was him because of his voice.
I know he had the voice, but I'm saying the face, like it looks like him. But obviously, I've never seen him caked under such makeup before in live action. But it was awesome. So yeah, gotta love Clancy Brown, man. He's so good.
His famous roles as a warden in a prison. Now he's breaking into prison.
Yes, which is great. So what I'm saying is, I love that we're doing that. We have our references. We have just kind of a good premise, and we also have some really great character stuff. The Mandalorian, in that we are learning about the Mandalorian through people who've had prior experiences with them and who have built the reputation. But also, importantly, I think the most genius thing of the episode is that we get to evaluate the Mandalorian and how far he's come and like the choices that he's making. Like he's faced with characters from his past and it would kind of conflict with the choices of today. With of course, Baby Yoda being the most omnipresent of them, but also these choices that he's made, like the whole hesitancy to be the kill people versus droids, which we're going to get to. And I love that whole thing with the droids. The fact that his choice is like he didn't kill all those guys when he absolutely could have, and I love that kind of. All these choices saved him, but also show that
guys, I'm stepping away for a Red Bull. I'll be back in just a minute. Okay.
That he didn't. I love how like I actually make it kind of ambiguous. Like you killed them, didn't you? No questions asked. Remember?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no questions. But then it's like revealed that he actually did leave them alive, and the only reason it's like it heavily implied that the only reason he killed the droid was because it was about to kill Baby Yoda.
True, but remember, he hates droids. That was a really cool thing we learned about him. And again, it tracks so well, because remember, droids killed his parents. Droids made him a foundling. That's in it.
But it's unknown if he would have killed the droid if it wasn't going to threaten the baby.
Well, I'm sure if it was in a business sense, sure. I mean, that one was on his side. I'm saying that's why he really has that after the protocol droids, basically guard droids that were kind of going through the prison. But yeah, what I'm saying is I love that we get to learn a little bit. We learn about the Mandalorian through his actions and the fact that he didn't kill them. The fact that again he's different than when he started. The fact that he could have killed them very easily, as we saw he laid waste to those droids, but he didn't, and that's showing that he's evolving and doing things his way that probably wouldn't be supported by his old kind of bounty hunter self or his old kind of more. Again, like the way he used to be kind of represented by these characters, he's kind of changing for the better and is skewing a little bit more towards the heroic side. And it's a question if that's going to take by the very end of the season or something might set him back or what. But it's very interesting.
And basically how once he learns he's been double-crossed, he basically just plays everyone like a fiddle in this episode. Like he basically just takes everything and turns it to his advantage.
So this new lifestyle is really working into his favor, I guess is kind of the point I'm trying to make here, yeah.
And we get to see one of my favorite new tropes in an action set piece, which John Wick uses very well, which is basically the hero becomes the horror movie monster to the bad guys. And I love that. Of course, Batman Begins did that a lot as well.
You love the stealth takedowns, like the strobe light thing.
When you talk about the god tier cinematography in this episode.
Yeah, it was pretty good for sure.
Like my favorite shot was the blinking strobe light, and he was just he's there, then he's not. He's there, then he's not.
I mean, I don't want to call it god tier because we have 1917 just around the horizon. That's god tier. But I would solidly put it in A tier, Jacob. Solidly. Anyways, let's see. I do like the dynamic with the two siblings and how cutthroat they are towards each other.
Yeah. Well, I love the whole team, by the way. I think the whole team's just kind of
I think the whole team really shines. To me, it kind of reminds me of the oh god, shit. Why am I blanking on it? The superhero team from Rick and Morty, the Guardians of the Galaxy,
the Vindicators.
Yeah, the Vindicators.
You
yeah,
son of a bitch, I'm in.
Well, not that. Well, not that team, but sure.
I know they're not the same team, but it's a heist episode that came out recently from them. It's see, this is a proof that heist episode can be good.
Yep, take that, Dan Harmon, and your heist movie hatred and your dislike of Inception.
Let's not kick Dan Harmon when he's down, all right?
He's not down. He's fine. He's doing fine.
Rick and Morty season 4 is not going well in the public eye.
They're going to be fine. They have more seasons. They got approved for seasons in advance. They're perfectly fine.
Yeah, well, anyways.
Okay, run a little rundown here. One we should highlight, the guy who operated the whole thing, kind of the Lawrence Tierney of the group, if you will, Rand Malk, Mark Boone Jr.
He was fun. He was fun for sure.
Yeah, again, it's really good. You remember Flash from Batman Begins for the kids out there, or the guy from Memento for the motel manager from Memento.
Okay, let's see. And I also like the droid a lot.
Yeah, Zero.
Yeah. His little Home Alone shenanigans with Baby Yoda.
I love the new sense of history and status quo. We got a kind of a glimpse at here with the New Republic, and I love the idea of have the little tracking beacon, which of course is an awesome payoff.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. The Mando is just basically playing everyone to a fiddle. It's a classic. You're not trapped. I'm not trapped in here with you. You're trapped in here with me.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I love the setting on the prison ship. It does feel a little akin to. It definitely feels akin to the when we first checked in on New Hope, when we're on the Death Star's kind of prison. So we're looking for Leia and kind of the.
Speaking of the horror vibe, it kind of did remind me a bit of Alien in a way.
Oh sure.
Totally. Yeah, I gotta say, I don't know. I'm just kind of biased because fucking Jawas, but I think episode 2, just because of the Samurai Jack quality, is still my favorite. But this is probably solidly my second favorite.
Same guy directed it.
Yep.
Dave Filoni directed it. Oh, I'm sorry. No. I'm sorry. I'm dumb.
All right,
Rick Famuyiwa.
Yeah.
That guy.
My bad.
So
that's actually really cool because we were just mentioning last week that's like, oh boy, this is going to be another really good episode probably, and it was another really good episode.
So I had honestly, I only have one issue with the episode. It's not a major one. So basically, I love this whole episode, but there's just one thing at the end that kind of bugs me. I don't quite get why there's a double cross at the end.
Yeah,
not for the Mandalorian, but not for them on this ship. But like the whole thing where he completed the job, he got paid, and he says, "Yeah, let's send everybody to kill him." It's like why?
Yeah,
it leads to a great payoff, mind you. So I'm not complaining.
It does. I mean, I hear you. I thought
it was just like he's like trying to cut off all loose ends.
I get it. That's the thing. I mean,
that could be.
I'll
like, because I remember this Twilight guy was like probably like some like the Republic wanted him for a reason.
Yeah.
So that's how I saw it. Like, and Mando was like a witness to the whole thing, so he's probably just like cutting off all loose ends.
Yeah, it makes sense. I'll buy it. Okay, I like the episode.
I mean, they probably should have explained that, but that's kind of what I got from like subtext or whatever.
I mean, look, I'll take it by all means. Again, it's a small quibble, regardless. The point being, it's a really solid episode. Between 6 and 2, for sure. Honestly, for me, it's 6, 2, and 1. I really like those episodes, but 6 is a solid one episode.
We can chuck it up to Pixar storytelling.
Yeah, it's a we don't care moment.
Totally.
It's cool, so who cares?
Yeah, it's like we're in the thick of it now. It's like 1,000, 2, 1,000. Like, wait, how does this work? Who cares, man? We're in the 1,000s. All right.
Okay, so let's get into the Imagineering Story
season finale.
All right. Yeah, I gotta be honest with you guys. This one, at the end, definitely got to me, kind of like the wrap up. Sort of the culmination of everything that got me pretty emotional. I will say this episode almost kind of inevitably was the one that felt like the most what's
advertisement felt
yeah that I was trying
promotional.
I was trying not to be mean, but yeah, that's I was trying to think of a different word, but yeah, it is pretty much. Not gonna lie.
Maybe a little self-aggrandized.
Especially on Iger's part with Shanghai Disney, because that thing went way over budget, and they never mentioned that at all. Like, it almost tanked the entire Imagineering budget, and they were fucking lucky that it was the success it was.
They actually did mention that.
You're right, they do. Jacob, I guess maybe what I'm getting at is that I feel like they really should have emphasized it more.
Maybe.
Well, honestly, Tiki, I would say and make the
Instead,
point
it just felt like the ultimate Bob Iger pat on the back,
Well, look, however you want to read, I think thematically they kind of capture that with the really big moment where it's, they paralleled his opening little greetings to everybody with Walt's, greetings to the park being open, that little intercut moment. So it's kind of like, it's a similar kind of like, this could really flop in a bad way. Kind of the cherry on top of that story. And again, the lead up, I can't really refer to that like a really in-depth rewatch, but I kind of think they're trying to put cherry on top of that.
I think they're more focusing on the Imagineering side of things and and embracing the cultural side of things rather than like the whole it's a budgetal thing. Like, I think they're trying to end on a high note rather than trying to pat anybody on the back.
Well, look, I'm not saying they should focus on spreadsheets and stuff, but I'm just saying I feel like Iger's back really was up against the wall, and I wish we would have had a little bit more tension about that, especially because I feel like it would have made the whole.
I now have 3.
Sorry, that was my phone went off.
Okay. It's I don't know. To me, if we would have seen Iger really sweat, and if we would have seen Iger be like, "This is it," I could be ruined. and then come out on the other side, I think it maybe would have justified the Walt Disney speech parallel. As it stands now, as someone who invested a lot of time into the Walt Disney Family Museum and really respects the man, I don't know how well that sat well with me. I'm not saying the editing wasn't good. I'm not saying the message wasn't good. I'm just saying it takes some balls to compare Iger to Walt. That's all I'm saying. It takes some balls.
Well, obviously, they're trying to hit like the whole area. Here's how things began. Here's how things kind of end for the sake of our documentary. Like, here's the new guy in charge.
Yeah. I hear you.
Honestly, I do want to kind of piggyback off that smidge here. Where what I really liked. Here's the thing. I like 5 way better than this episode, sure, but I will say this. I do like how the.
I honestly think everyone's favorite episode is probably going to be 4.
4 is a good one too. I'm just saying again, like 5 really got me in the feels like that. Again, I blew my mind with the tsunami bit, man. It was
right.
Anyway, my point is, I really like how we put Imagineering. We see kind of the Imagineering put into the kind of the IPs on a grand scale, and we kind of see this. Kind of the full circle quality of like each episode has built upon itself to this moment of like, we saw the trial and error. We saw, like, with a man with the, with kind of the intercut segments. Like, okay, we see how it all started with like basically a man with a dream with 2 daughters. You want to kind of take them to a nice theme park, and it kind of elevates itself and it's in kind of like the trial and error along the process, and you get to see a learning experience now where like we're kind of doing what Eisner was doing on a grander scale. Now we've kind of massaged the bugs out of it. Again, we're breaking new ground and other new places, and again, like the whole learning, the full circle learning experience quality really kind of popped at me, because again, we now have IPs like of massive quantities, like Avatar, Guardians of the Galaxy, which bridges into the MCU, and and Galaxy's Edge now.
Okay, by the way, like, look, I love Mission Breakout, I really do, but like, Pandora and Galaxy's Edge are on such a bigger scale than that project. It felt weird the amount of time we were putting into Mission Breakout. That's honestly maybe one of my only nitpicks with it.
I want to get some Marvel in there, which again in the future is going to be more Marvel.
What I would prefer if we got a little sneak peek at that juicy, sexy Avengers-y ticket. Just a peek, man. Just a little morsel.
It's funny you mention that, because I did see something that I'm convinced. I have a little theory about one of the bits of footage.
If anything, they should have shown the upcoming Epcot ride for Guardians.
Well,
too. I'm sure that's probably further along in development than Avengers is.
They showed an animatronic. They showed this kind of as a blank slate animatronic before it was fabricated and everything. They kind of did like a little stunt test, kind of a stunt dummy animatronic, one could say. And seeing it in yeah.
Are you talking about the one that they launched up?
That's the one.
Oh yeah, that was a cool shot.
Yes. Anyways, they launched the animatronic in the air. I got to tell you, given the posing of that thing and kind of how the motion was, and they kind of put that to the test, I think that's Spider-Man.
I think it's Spider-Man too. I really do.
I really do.
I think the big question.
I think it's Spider-Man 3.
I think the big question is going to be: is it going to be for a stunt show, or is it going to be for a ride?
I think it's going to be for a ride.
Now, if it's a stunt show, that'd be cool, but I mean, a ride would be the true game changer, Dragon. It would be.
Now, just a question of location there, because they showed the famous poster of like the 3 Disney parks that are going to have like sections of Marvel in it. Now, again, Spider-Man. I forget where Spider-Man's going to be.
DCA.
Yeah. Okay. Well, then that's feasible where they were kind of shooting everything, so it's possible that was probably this. I think smart money is Spider-Man for the Spider-Man ride they're doing.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think that Spider-Man is for an Avengers-y ticket.
Well, it's either going to be Avengers or it's going to be the Spider-Man ride. I think those are the two smart.
All I know about the Spider-Man ride is that it's going to mostly use screens, and I would be surprised surprised if they had any sort of animatronics.
But that's what I'm talking about. I know what you're saying, but that's the thing. Wouldn't it be a surprise though if like you're seeing screens, but then the real Spider-Man leaps a couple times and maybe even
I'm not gonna lie, that would be a fucking badass moment,
right?
man.
That's what I'm saying. Like again, they're testing it right now. I don't know if maybe it's going to land on the vehicle or like land around. The point being amazing.
All right, Jacob.
So what I had noticed that there's one at DCA, one was at Shanghai, and one was at Paris, I think.
Yes. And both of them are essentially going to have an Avengers e-ticket and a shooter dark ride. But I believe each of them are going to be different. And honestly, that's the approach I really wish they would have taken with Galaxy's Edge. I really kind of wish that Galaxy's Edge was another planet in Florida, but that's a whole different story. Anyways, so let's see. Any other big highlights here?
Nope, but again, it's really suspiciously well timed.
It looks fucking crazy, but we already knew that.
It just kind of really is very suspiciously timed with Rise of the Resistance just after it was released and like the week of this happened. So,
Jacob, what do you think about seeing the outside perspective of the Millennium Falcon pods?
That was really cool.
Like how there's essentially like a big screen that like wraps around the pod. That really took me by surprise. I had no idea the screen in that attraction was that big.
Kind of similar to how they achieved the Pandora ride, the Flight of Passage.
It is similar to that, but you know what it really reminds me of, though, is it really reminds me of Forbidden Journey. Have you ever been on Forbidden Journey?
I don't think I have.
Harry Potter?
No, I've never been to Universal.
That's the chair one, right?
I've been to Universal just long before Harry Potter showed up.
Right. Yeah, it's the chair one, Dragon. It's essentially the effect is that they have these sort of dome-like screens mixed with animatronic set pieces, but the dome-like screens kind of basically work as the transitions, and they are kind of like these simulator sections with the Kuga arm.
Yeah, I've been on that.
Surrounded by the screen. Yeah. So you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That technology kind of being similar.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, I think that's about it for Imagineering Story. Now let's talk about Goldblum. Goldblum. All right.
Gaming.
Oh, man. Guys, I got to be honest with you. Jacob, you might have a different perspective on this because you're more of a gamer than I am. This was probably my least favorite episode so far.
Even more than the what was the one? Not the bar. The one before. Oh yeah, the jeans. Even more than the jeans.
I gotta be honest with you. The jeans one has kind of like gotten better with age because I've sort of grown to appreciate jeans a little bit more in my own jeans. I'm like, hey, look, I've got a rip in my jeans, but it's history, man, and I'm gonna own that rip. I'm not even kidding. It kind of made me look at jeans in a different way. Whereas, here's the issue I have with this episode, is that I really get the feeling that Goldblum is very out of touch with gaming. He doesn't know about gaming. He doesn't seem particularly passionate about it. And I honestly think that everything we showcase here, it doesn't lead to a greater sum of its parts. It doesn't lead to me walking away with a different perspective on gaming as a whole. I don't know. I honestly really don't even get what thesis statement he was. To me, it was almost just kind of like, all right, we're going to do an esports segment, then we're going to do a LARPing segment, and then we're going to do a virtual reality segment. And honestly, outside of just showing the different mediums in which gaming could take place, and just the fact that gaming doesn't just necessarily have to be a controller and a video game, beyond just that, I really didn't get much out of it. I don't know. And like I said, Jeff kind of fell off. And I can't blame Jeff for not being a big gamer. It's like, I mean, I'm sorry. I love you, Goldblum. And, I am not one of those people who's using the okay boomer meme, but Goldblum, a little bit of a boomer, when it comes to video games and stuff like that. And I mean, I will say the best part of the episode was the virtual reality. I really like seeing him get emotional about the tree thing at the end. That was cool.
If Goldblum as the Lorax.
Oh, speaking of which, Dragon, speaking of which, I'm sure that when Goldblum was like, oh, well, that's usually the joke that people ask in school. Like, what role are you? Well, I'm the tree. Dragon, what'd that make you think of?
But he was the willow.
Little deep cut Rugrats joke for you folks. But I was the willow.
Who's gonna help him be the windmill?
Oh God. All right. Are you guys feeling the same thing I'm feeling with this?
Not really. Here's the thing. So one, let me put it this way. I wouldn't put it high up there, but I definitely wouldn't put it below the Jeans episode. Regardless, here's the thing. There is a sense of Goldblum going through the motions a little bit on this one. I won't lie. You're not far off with that, but I think Jeff Goldblum doing LARPing and just see him like into the kind of the acting parallel, like kind of like with LARPing, which obviously man actor. He's kind of getting into the part. He's kind of learning about it. Again, the whole premise of the series, like Goldblum's he's kind of a fish out of water and a lot of this stuff. He's kind of learning things, right. But also, again, he'd be a little out of his depth in here. Again, he relates I love the opening. I love how he's just playing Miss Pac-Man, as we all tend to do.
Okay, see, that's the thing. I wanted more retro gaming, Dragon. I don't know.
I'll give you that. If we saw more of that, I think it would have been happy. But again, it's stuff he's familiar with. We want to see him kind of go a little bit into the unknown.
You're right.
Again, LARPing and the VR were a smart call, but yeah, like
and technically the whole thing with Nintendo isn't entirely accurate. It's not just playing cards, but like a brand of things like Hanafuda cards. So part of that, it wasn't really entirely as specific.
Were they also just making like toys and stuff too?
Well, no, they were in sound design on like a phone game or something, but for Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
Yeah.
Okay. The esports one. Honestly, it's just because I am so sick of the esports culture just in general. Not to diss on it, not to disrespect it in general. I want to make that clear. I totally respect people.
Remember when it used to be actually like a big deal, and now it's just kind of like, oh, it's the thing that still goes on.
I mean, here's the thing. I remember when it used to be super fringe, and then I remember when it used to be a big deal. So it's like I've been through the whole gauntlet on that. But yeah, I don't know. Esports is just one of those things where you've just seen so much of it on YouTube. It pretty much dominated YouTube for a good part of this decade.
It is kind of weird. I don't have any grievances against this episode, but it's kind of weird that he just ducks out after they lose.
I do love the gag where he says, "Well, if they lose, it'll be because of me because I threw them off their groove when I was doing the interview because they meant they're supposed to be eaten." That was kind of funny.
Remind me of the game that was being played.
Counter-Strike.
Jacob, how big is that game?
It's pretty big, actually. I've never played it myself, but it's from Valve, and it's like a very, very much played online multiplayer game.
All right, I'm not gonna lie. If they were playing a Nintendo game like a Splatoon or a Smash Brothers or something like that, I think I would have been a little bit more engaged in it.
Well, this game has been around for quite a long time, and it's
fair enough.
And it's set a lot of standards for modern matchmaking, I believe. So
okay, that's fair. That's fair. All right. I don't know. Go ahead, Jacob. Sorry.
I do like the way he talks about how different kinds of these things can impact different kinds of people, like the positive effects that it has, and even how it can show people. I think that's the thesis statement of the whole. These things they're sometimes it's enjoy yourself, and they can be vehicles used to enjoy yourself, and they can be used as vehicles to teach people. I think that's he thinks that he later realized that they can be a force for good and entertainment sometimes at the same time. I think that's the thing to take from this episode.
All right. Dragon, any other thoughts on this?
I mean, look, maybe honestly, the thesis may have came a little too late in the game, like right before the tree segment. That's kind of where maybe the thesis was, where we kind of bring up like is gaming like a negative thing, like sometimes it's a little polarizing. Like the whole like are the video games corrupting the youth of America versus like are they kind of like a fun escapist thing? And of course, the answer is like look at how entertaining and kind of educational they can be about. You could be a tree man and kind of get the traumatizing Lorax experience, Like you burn Goldblum alive, man. That's gonna stay with him.
The games is corrupting the youths.
Yes. All right.
I will say that tree thing was pretty profound.
That felt appropriately Goldblum, by the way. I just feel like it feels just right for him.
Oh my god. Wow, like all my little tree friends. And he was like genuinely emotional.
That's what I'm saying. That's how I'd say, how can you put the gene thing over that and we have that tree bit at the end? That's what I'm saying.
Look, all I'm saying is that I've grown to appreciate my genes
Fair
more
enough.
because of that gene episode, all right?
Fair enough. I mean, we literally turned him into a tree.
Like, in retrospect, I feel like that jeans episode was actually pretty informative and made me appreciate the brand of clothing more. Okay.
I still like barbecue and tattoos better. So.
Okay.
Well, yeah, I will agree that both those episodes are better than the jeans episode, Jacob. I will agree. All right. All right, guys.
I'm actually looking forward to next week's episode.
What is next week's?
Bikes.
Ooh, that is.
Is it bikes or bikers?
Bikes specifically. Like, it's probably going to include bikers, but like bicycles.
Huh. Is it going to include motorcycles as well, or just bicycles?
I didn't see anything in the preview, but like more like just biking, like probably like like marathon biking, like stunt biker, like
interesting. Okay.
Maybe some BMXing for all I know.
Yeah.
I actually ride a bike quite a bit myself, so it's kind of something that also interests me personally.
I hope to see an appearance from Matt Hoffman. That would be a throwback. All right. All right. So Forky asks a question.
Yeah. So this week, Forky's question is, what is a computer?
No, Dragon. It's what is computer?
Well, I know it's what I am. Okay. I know
it's what you were rendered with.
Okay, and oh my God, my girl Kristen Shaw.
She is. I saw her there. Yep.
Of course, you knew I was gonna watch this one, Dragon.
Yeah, that SOB's got to watch this one. It's got Trixie.
Oh, and she did not disappoint. I gotta tell you, I'm liking Trixie more and more, and not just because of Christian Shaw. I think they're really nailing her personality.
Oh, Louis.
It was kind of appropriate. She, she started with the, she was the one that said, Woody, I have all the questions about Forky, and now Forky has questioned like a bunch of questions. A snake eating its tail. It's quite ironic.
I would wager to say that of the bedroom gang from Toy Story 3, she's probably the one who's had the most development.
Well, I mean, given the fact she had the Christmas short.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah, you're probably right. It's. Yeah.
Oh God. Okay, Claude Coringa speaking my language right here. Imagine Kristen Shaw and DuckTales. Yes, please.
He did say Tony Hale in DuckTales first.
Oh, yes, please, as well. Yeah. Oh, man.
Well, Tony Hale could very easily be included in DuckTales. I mean, Kristen Shaw, I'm surprised if you were firing from the hip and you asked me, like, hey, who does the voice of Webby? I would say, yeah, it's probably Kristen Shaw. It's not, but I'd say it's probably.
It's a Kristen Shaw wannabe, maybe.
Louise, good old Louise Belcher.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna throw out a dream role for Kristen Shaw on Darkwing Duck. All right, you ready for it?
Okay, I'm ready. Go on.
Goslin.
It's not bad. It's pretty solid.
All right. Anyways,
So here, basically, Forky's driving Trixie crazy.
I totally relate to Kristen Shaw's frustration. Kristen Shaw. I totally relate to Trixie's frustration. in in this episode with the computer. Like, I would be absolutely mortified if someone just deleted all my hard drive as well. And like, beyond that, I just like, the fact that like she treats her computer so seriously and it is like her whole world in a way.
And we've established this ever since she was introduced. And, again, like she's the reason Woody found his way back to Sunnyside. So, again, the computer is built into Trixie's DNA. The whole bonding with the rectangle through the computer gaming.
My God, Claude Coringa's going nuts with the casting here. Weird Al is Steel Peak. He also with Kristen Shaw as Goslin. Like, just seriously, make that happen, Disney. That's too good to not.
Well, after you've insulted Bob Iger after all these times, I don't think they're gonna.
Or we could get
Bob
someone.
Iger's on his way out
This
anyway.
is
Or we could get some other good actresses to voice her. Just saying.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying Kristen Shaw's a really good fit.
Anyway, so but yes, so I love the Downtown Abbey joke. The whole, like the whole Forky's been watching essentially with Bonnie's mom, as we see at the end. He's been watching some either BBC or Downton Abbey with her, and that's how I think he's been thinking he's British for a while now. We have this hysterical line by Trixie here: "You're not British." No, we have a really awesome payoff to the running gag that we've had in every episode so far in this one. So Kirsten Schultz really brought this one home here, where we have the twist on the it's the Boo Runner, where they use the theme for monsters being called Boo. It's basically the emotional thing when you like the whole like da, 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 da. We use it every time. The idea is like Forky, he delivers kind of the existential moral of the episode. He kind of raises the big question about feelings and everything. And Trixie get really ticked off at him. He says, "That doesn't help anything." It just kind of goes off, and then like choose him out. And you're not British.
Oh, God bless Kristen Shaw. All right. Really funny. All right. So one day at Disney, guys, I am getting more and more into this show. I got to tell you.
Mine's only 2 episodes in. One of them we already saw before, so.
Because these are like. Well, I know, but I'm just saying, like, this is, if they keep up this level, like, this is exactly what I want to see, Dragon, is these sort of unique jobs. A scuba diver at Disneyland dealing with underwater animatronics. I mean, how cool is that?
This was a really neat pull. I mean, the idea of, like, maintenance for the Disney attractions, it makes all the sense. Well, yeah, you would need a guy to do that, and he would have to be a scuba diver because you have to go in the water and everything. It makes perfect sense.
It's very cinematic. I love the passion the guy has for his work.
Yeah.
Jacob?
No, I didn't watch it yet.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
And I haven't gone around to watching Wind either, so I won't be able to contribute much to that either.
All right. Fair enough. Let's see. I mean, all I'm saying with this is that I really, like, this is a good indicator of exactly what I want from this show, is just these jobs that are unique but also tangible and like feasible at the same time. I mean, one of the things with the Imagineering Story, it's like it's fascinating seeing all the behind the scenes stuff, but I gotta tell you, seeing that footage of like the Na'vi shaman, like all the gears in the Na'vi shaman head, I'm like, oh, I'd never be able to design anything like that in a million years. I'm an idea guy, and they already have too many idea guys there.
Oh, it's funny. During the Imagineering Story, I think they showed the head in motion. They had like the takes being recorded. It was hysterical. We had the blooper in there too. Like is that good?
That's from the actual commercial.
Really, like she says, at the end of it, she says, "Was that okay?"
Yeah, that's from the actual commercial they aired. That was in there.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind. No blooper at all. It's really cool. Okay.
Well, I mean, it's meant to be a blooper.
Well, sure. I mean, it's not that. Okay. I thought I interpret it as like it's an actually when they're recording the line to test it out when they're building the thing. It's like, oh, and she asked it at the end, which is kind of hysterical. And they animate anyway.
Okay. Let's see. But yeah, I mean, I don't want to repeat myself here, but I just want to keep on this trajectory of like seeing, really unique job titles that are also like tangible and like, not entirely unrealistic, that you could one day have this awesome job. And I got to tell you, that train guy is a story that still touches my heart like a week later. Like I love that train guy.
I love his quote, man. He had the best quote in the whole thing there. That Disney actually started. It didn't start with a mouse. It started with a train.
Absolutely.
Great. That's a great line, man. And he's right. He's right. It was on a train.
These folks, I love you guys. These folks are going nuts with the fan casting here. Michael C. Hall or Todd Stashwick. Murlock.
Todd Stashwick. I gotta tell you, I learned a little bit about Todd Stashwick recently. So you and I have seen him before. He was I saw him he was in Gotham. He played Black Mask in Gotham for like an episode or two.
For an episode, yeah.
Well, no, for like two. We saw him a second time. With point being, he was Dr. Draken in the Crappy Kim Hospital TV movie.
Ooh.
He was good though. I'll give him that. He was good though in the role. Point being, Todd Stashwick, he did like a Fat Man Beyond with Mark Bernard, and he kind of chatted with him. He actually loves the character. I got to tell you, he's a swell. He seems like a really nice guy.
Nice. All right, William Hurt Blue.
Okay.
For Tailspin.
I can't say I can see that one. Unless you want to let go of like a more kind of like Sam Elliott style Blue.
I don't think they're using the Jungle Book characters for the Tailspin ones. I think they're just using Kid and Molly.
Yeah, they're using the kids.
What?
Yeah, you didn't notice? Yeah, they're using the
Jungle Book characters.
Well, no, I mean,
they're the adult versions of the kids too.
Yeah, that's using the adult versions of them.
Still, what the fuck's the point without Blue?
You know what? They give you your time jump. You're never happy. All right.
Well, who knows? That's all those. Well, technically, we can't say they're not using Blue. Those, just the kids were the ones that were shown in the poster.
Okay, fair enough. Oh God. Okay, here we go. Oh, this is too good, guys. Bryan Cranston for Shere Khan.
I'm in full support of this idea. I like this plan. I'm happy to be a part of this plan.
Can't tell you.
Phantom Blot.
I 1000% support Kelsey Grammer as the Phantom Blot. I think it's an ingenious idea. I want to like the Phantom Blot too. I love the Kells, man. The freaking Kells. The Kells as the Phantom Blot is a marriage. I would.
He's already
the best man at.
He could channel his sideshow Bob.
Yes.
All right. Okay.
Although I can't see Bryan Cranston being better than Tony J.
Well, I mean, it's Cranston though. So anyway,
he'd definitely give it its own spin.
Well, true.
All right.
Okay. Last but not least, Wind, the new SparkShort from Pixar.
Winds of Change. But no, seriously, Wind.
I can feel it.
This one, I mean, obviously, I don't think any SparkShort or maybe any piece of animation in general is going to hit me as hard as the last one did.
The next one might, from what I hear, but
really,
that's what I heard. But we'll see.
Is it another autism one?
Well, I didn't want to spell it out, but yes.
Oh, okay. I gotta say, that's kind of like I mean. Oh,
at least I heard that's what we'll see. Point being.
Rob Paulson is bonkers. Yes, I could see that working. All right, sorry. This one was very thought-provoking, though, and very visually dazzling.
Yes, I gotta tell you, Wind really hit me where I live, man. Wind was something really special. It was, it really struck a chord with the whole story between the grandmother and the grandson. Really, I love. There's something really touching about the idea. I love I was so gripped by it, just seeing a grandmother who was like really going to sacrifice everything to make sure her grandson was safe. I don't know. And like the visual cues of like she knows she's not coming along with them, man. It just it hit me. Got some cool visuals.
Backstory about the grandmother who was basically gave up everything to send the grandson to the United States at the expense of her not going to the United States.
Specifically, it was to send the father, who again grew up to have his life, which he
I'm sorry, you're right. Yeah,
bred the son, and the son, of course, made this short.
And I got to tell you, man, just the way that backstory is just visually interpreted. Like once I heard that backstory, just all kind of like really came together for me. And these are exactly what I love about these Spark Shorts. And also, I really love the fact that this director came from a technical background and he's almost kind of like a fish out of water in the storytelling department.
Yeah, he's the simulator guy.
And I honestly think that to me is honestly kind of what probably gives this episode its sort of like surrealistic, like almost dreamlike quality to it. Because really the visuals of this are a lot more abstract than we usually see from Pixar.
They are. I mean, the whole zero gravity thing again plays absolutely. You can tell that's from the simulator background, the way that works. But it definitely It looks. That's why it looks so good as it does. And it's kind of it is very fantasy like almost, where you can like kind of jump from here. It's like you're in space, but you're in the natural world though. You're in kind of this weird gravity defying chasm. Which again, like there's a logic there. If there was some sort of air pocket that worked like this, where again there's enough believability to justify it, but still, it's like. Would it actually work this well? No. But is it? Is it artful? Is it still a harrowing survival tale? Yes.
All right. Yeah, like I said, I'm curious to see the next one for sure, but I don't know. Even still, man, the whole like, why can't you just be normal? Oh, that's going to be hard to top. It's going to be hard to top. However, I will say that visually, this might. I think on a storytelling level, I think for obvious reasons, Float got to me more. But Dragon, I can totally respect why this one got to you for sure. But from a visual point of view, I think this one's really impressive.
It is, man. I gotta tell you also, because obviously there's some Korean War parallels for sure. I gotta tell you the potatoes, I think they're even potatoes, like a sweet potato or something. It reminded me a lot of Empire of the Sun.
Kind of reminded me of The Martian.
Well, I guess that might be a better. Anyway. All right.
And okay, guys, you've got a couple minutes to send in your last fan casting, which we'll read out right at the end. Final thoughts, gentlemen. Final thoughts on this week. Jacob, I'll start with you.
I mean, I think we've had a solid roundup of things so far. I mean, I haven't checked out Wind or even the Forky episodes yet. I haven't only watched the first two Forkies so far. I need to get caught up on those. But I'm still enjoying Disney Plus so far. I think it's still worth the price of admission. I mean, I'm getting caught up on stuff I haven't seen in years and stuff I've never even seen before. So. And with more stuff on the way, like Togo. I think Togo comes out sometime soon.
What is Togo?
It's basically the first run for the. It's like do you know the race that inspired the Iditarod? Basically, he's the other one. Basically, he's the first dog to do it before Balto did.
Oh, okay.
Like Balto's the one that finished the race. Togo's the one that pretty much started it.
All right.
And I think that's coming out sometime soon, and. So that should be. I think that's probably the thing that interests me most upcoming on this show, but on this platform. But yeah, I still think it's definitely worth it. I mean, I'm enjoying it. I'm seeing a lot of stuff for the first time, and stuff I haven't seen in years. So I'm still liking it so far, and I can't wait to see what comes next.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm liking it, but of course we are getting to kind of this pivotal point where the Imagineering Story is done. Mando is going to be done in a couple weeks. So I feel like we are getting to this very important point where like the Wave 1 stuff is sort of slowly but surely phasing out. And the question is there going to be sort of a lull between Wave 1 and Wave 2, or are they just going to like kind of come out with some heavy hitters that really surprise us, very quickly after Mando wraps up? That I'm going to be really interested in. And honestly, that's going to kind of make or break whether or not we do Plus&Us on a weekly basis after Mando. We'll have to wait and see on that.
Unless they like miraculously drop like Obi-Wan now.
Oh my God. Well, I think the more likely thing is, what if now?
Oh God, don't tease me like that, man. Don't tease me like that.
Don't do that.
Obi-Wan now, I don't think is in the cards, Dragon.
I know, I'm just saying, imagine, okay, we finished Mandalorian, Rise of Skywalker. How can it get any better?
Oh God.
No? Obi-Wan.
Don't do that. Don't give me hope.
Okay. Dragon, final thoughts?
Thoughts. Again, I think Mando stole it for me this week easily. It was just I was hugely entertained by that. Solid week overall. Again, Imagineering Story had a solid ending. Again, I'm iffy on. I'm definitely iffy on like how they're laying out their season still, but otherwise still pretty good.
All right, guys, and we're going to end with a game here. We're going to end with a fan casting game between Claude Coringa and Inhuman Quake. Who is going to get fan casting supremacy? How this game is going to work is that I am going to list off every single specific character that these guys decided to fan cast about for the last 15 minutes or so. Dragon and Jacob, you guys are going to give me a yay or nay. And if it is a tie, I will be the tiebreaker. Whoever has the most points wins. All right?
Yep.
Let's do it. Okay, so Kristen Shaw is Goslin.
Yay.
Yay.
Okay. 1 point Claude. Weird Al is Steelbeak.
I'll give a soft yay. I mean, I really don't have much of a frame of reference. I'll say yay.
Considering he was originally voiced by Rob Paulson, I give that a yay.
Okay, Inhuman Quake is saying Louise, but I assume he's talking about Kristen Shaw. Louise from Bob Burger, so I'm just gonna say that. Kristen Shaw for Molly and Tailspin reboot.
Just for the heck of it, gonna say nay.
Nay.
Okay, wow. Claude Coringa 2, Inhuman Quake 0 so far. Okay, let's see. William Hurt Ballou.
Nay.
Nay.
Oh, jeez. Oh, God, okay. Michael C. Hall or Todd Stashwick as Murloc.
Yay. Yeah, sure, give me a yay.
Yeah.
All right. 4-0. Jesus.
By the way, he ended up on Todd Stashwick for that, so it's fully a Todd Stashwick.
Okay. Okay, I already know the answer to both of these. Kelsey Grammer is Phantom Blot.
Yay!
Bryan Cranston is Shere Khan.
Double yay!
Okay, so Inhuman Quake at 1. Claude Coringa at 5. All right, this is maybe a little bit of a controversial one. Rob Paulson is Bonkers.
Now, I gotta tell you, Rob Paulson, I don't know if anyone's aware of this, he had a throat surgery a while back, and I gotta tell you, his energy's been a little down since. I mean, I love the guy, he can still do the job, but the energy you need for Bonkers, as much as I love the guy, I don't know if he's gonna be right for that, so I'm gonna have to give a nay on that.
I think he's taken up more like directing recently, voice directing rather than actual voicing now.
Yeah, coaching and so on and so forth. Again, he can still do the job, but again, for
Like,
Bonkers, I don't know.
Yeah, he's actually like the voice director for the new Ninja Turtles show.
I would say yes to Paulson, no question, but nowadays I have to say nay.
And especially since they have access to Jim Cummings.
Okay.
So nay.
Richard Kind is Montgomery Jack. Or
Yay.
Monterey Jack, I'm sorry.
Yay.
Yay.
All right, 6-1. I'm sorry, Inhuman Quake. I didn't realize how many more Claude Coringa had than you. There's still time to catch up, though, because we're still going through the comments. All right. Rob Paulson is Oswald the Lucky Rabbit.
Yay.
I can support that.
Yeah, because I feel like that one wouldn't require as much energy out of them.
I think he'd be better than Frank Welker.
All right, 2-6. You know what? Just for the point of fairness, I'm not gonna award points for the ones that have 2, but Kevin Michael Richardson or Jim Carrey as Taras Bulba.
I got nothing.
I mean, I could definitely see more Kevin Michael Richardson.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Rainn Wilson is Poe de Spell.
Oh yeah, sure, yay.
Sure, I think he could pull it off.
7-2. This is a good one. Gadget. Judy Greer is Gadget.
Yay.
Yay.
All right, 7-3. I think that's a really solid one right there. Okay. Kelly Hu is Cinnamon Teal.
Yay.
Who's Cinnamon Teal?
Dragon, do you know?
I have no idea.
Well, I
I
like
don't
Kelly. I like Kelly Who, so why not?
Okay, 8-3. Patrick Warburton is Launchpad's
Yay.
dad.
Yay! Yay!
All right. Oh God.
Now he can give the thumbs up as Poppy.
Oh God. 9-3. 9-3. Okay. Kevin Conroy is Pete.
As much as I
Ah,
like Kevin Conroy, maybe Kevin Conroy could be Taurus Bulba.
I'm gonna say nay to Conroy's Pete.
I mean, Conroy would definitely be a deep fit. Like I said, I think he'd make a damn good Taurus Bulba.
I think. Let me
actually.
put this. I think his next one's gonna be a little bit more of a. Well, let's get to that. Well, let's get to the next one.
Jacob, I need a yay or nay officially is Kevin Conroy is Pete.
I thought you were gonna pick up on that, but nay.
Okay. Oh God. Michael Cera is Gene the Genie.
I'm gonna say nay on principle.
I mean, I don't think Michael Cera is the kind of. He'd be an interesting pick for one of the characters, but I don't think he'd be a good fit for Gene.
Okay, Claude, if it were me, I'm the Michael Cera fan in the room here. I would say yay, but
I mean, like I said, I don't mind Michael Cera. I think he'd be a better fit as another character.
yeah. Okay, Kevin Conroy Goliath.
Yay!
If they can't get Keith David, yes.
Yes, only if they can't get Keith David, but yes, yay.
Okay, Inhuman Quake at 9. Inhuman Quake, I believe, has 5 at this point, right?
You're on your own.
Okay, Inhuman Quake at 5. Claude Kringa at 9. Last couple ones here. Inhuman Quake, Eric Bauza Blue.
I can see that, yeah.
I'm gonna say nay.
I'm going to counter that and say yay. Inhuman Quake at 6.
Eric Bauza has proven himself to be like kind of like a man of 1,000 voices recently. So.
Hey, he's great. I don't think I see him as blue. He's great though.
And
Yeah,
finally,
he's every single freaking Beagle Boy in DuckTales. So
finally, Claude Kringa, Benedict Cumberbatch is Shere Khan.
Yay.
Yay.
I honestly would have given that a nay personally, but fair enough. Okay, so that
he'd be a good substitute if they can't get Cranston.
yeah. Martin Short is Gene the Genie.
Yay.
Yay.
Okay.
All right.
Way to come in right at the end, Claude, and really up your total there. I don't think that was a fair fight because I think Claude submitted a lot more, but Claude got 11. Inhuman Quake, respectable 6, considering how many more Claude put in than you did. All right, my God, that was probably a waste of time.
It's not the Magnificent 7; it's the respectable 6.
Right. Okay. Oh God. All right. So looking for the outro. That'll do it. That'll do it for us. That'll do it for us this week as we holster our remotes till the next installment called for the draw. Mono y mono, just Plus and Us.
On the plus.
Mando.